Greetings. How do you spend the first hour of your morning each and every day? That's a very good question that everyone should definitely ask themselves, because we are living in a time when most people start the very first hour of their morning on social media or listening to the news. Others are asking themselves if they're gonna get to work on time. Some are asking themselves if they're gonna miss the train, or if they're gonna encounter their co-workers or their employer who they cannot stand their presence because they do not really love their jobs. While others, the first hour in the morning, they are thinking about the children and school and so on. And there are others who might be thinking about their troubled relationship. Others might be thinking about how inefficient their salary is and how they're going to take care of themselves. And I'm saying all of this to say that there's so many different things people normally be thinking about the very first hour of their morning, and that is basically what is shaping their day and shaping their life altogether, because of how they spend the very first hour of their morning. Many young people all around the world, they even sleep with their phones very close to them, so that the very first thing in the morning they will grab their phone and get on social media. But I want to say to you who are listening to me, that it is very important for you to utilize the very first hour of your day. And this is how I normally start my day every morning. I wake up with the attitude of gratitude, always with the mindset of thanksgiving. The very first thing I do in the morning is give thanks. And I'm always so grateful to see the dawning of a new day, the rising of the sun. And for the very first time of my life, I've really come to really embrace life in a very satisfying and fulfilling way, because I know exactly who I am and what I expect of myself. So I would wake up in the morning giving thanks, and then I would go outside and I would look at nature while continue giving thanks. And I'll do that with a book in my hand. And I would read a chapter a day. Whichever book I am reading, I'll make sure to read that very chapter early in the morning. So I always start my morning on a positive note, with a positive mindset. And it never used to be like that before. Many a times I would have started my morning the same way I would have gone to bed, and that would have been with a negative, pessimistic mindset, a troubled mindset, one that wasn't quite satisfied with life, one that didn't like how his life was going. So that was my mindset. And I know that there are many people all around the world whose life has been, led that kind of way because they do not know better. But I'm saying to you who are listening to me right now, because you're on this path, you actually know better, and you have to hold yourself more accountable with whatever knowledge you receive, because with great power comes great responsibility. You are now more aware of how the mind works. You are more aware that thoughts become things. You are more aware of the subconscious mind. And therefore, you have to be more productive in your thinking and spend the very first hour of your day in a more positive way. Okay? You see, the system has been set up in such a way to consume us, so that the very first hour of our morning is always about work. I can remember quite vividly, all I used to think about, whether am I gonna, because I used to always be late for work, because when I wake up in the morning, I used to want to, exercise, make sure I do my sit-up, walk my abs, and do all of these things, because, I all time want to be healthy, okay? And that's something I normally do at mornings too. If I feel led to exercise, I'll do all the morning exercise. But my day would always start with Thanksgiving, and I would always read every day. Now, let me just, say this as I come, to a close here. Most people in my country, and I want to believe most people all around the world, they would have given more time and more effort to reading when they were going to school, because all of us, our minds were shaped to believe in going to school and get good grades and look for a job. So our focus was basically and doing our school work and to fit into society, the mold of society, and our parents and so on. And most people, after they would have left school, they have never spent quality time reading a good book. There's some people, the only book they would read after they would have left school is the Bible, and most religious people hardly read their Bible. And Sundays they blow the dust off, and then they go and they sit and listen to what the preacher have to say, and as a matter of fact, within 5 minutes they sleep, they're tired. Ask them what was his sermon, they do not know, but yet they want to tell you how you're supposed to run your life. And so my brother and my sisters, the system have shaped our minds only to read when we are in school. Because after school, the next thing is we just searching to get the right kind of job that we think would make us look better in the eye of society. Okay? So because of that, many of us have never become astute readers after we have left school. Many people still believe that at this age and stage that they shouldn't be reading books. For example, if you do a survey like in my country, hardly anyone have a small library in their home with books that will help to build their children or the generation after. And it is very important for people to invest in books and have many books at home, so when the children grow up, they will meet these books there and they can read them. And it's very important for you to instill in your home, in the minds of your children, to read until the day you die. Keep educating yourself. Okay? But most important, let them know that real education comes from within. Okay? To jot out from. That's real education. And true education will teach you how to be whatever you want to be and how to have whatever you want to have. And no one will be able to stop you, because you know exactly who you are and you know what kind of power that you have, and you can use that power to achieve your every desire. So when they say that knowledge is power, is applied knowledge that is power, because when you apply knowledge, then it becomes true wisdom. So with that being said, my brother, my sisters, these are just few words of encouragement to help you to, start your day right, and to understand how important it is to spend the very first hour of your day being very, very, very productive, being very constructive, being very creative, being very positive and optimistic concerning life. But most of all, being in the right attitude of gratitude, because that will determine your altitude. So with that being said, my brother and my sisters, once more again, I want to say thank you very much for listening to me. I want to say, if this is the very first time that you're listening to me, what I'm saying, it makes sense to you, really resonates with you, and you haven't subscribed already, I'm encouraging you to subscribe, to like, to comment, or to share this video. Also, if you haven't started following me as yet on Instagram, I'm encouraging you to follow me on Instagram at BlackMadGuru. And if you feel strongly led to support this work because you've been inspired and you've been touched, you've been challenged, you've been moved, I want to say to you that there's a link down below, and it's a paper link. Feel free to check it out, and all the other links that I have down below also. I want to make mention also of my Patreon and let you know that there's a lot of good work there on my Patreon for you to help you to grow and to expand. But I want to make special mention of a course that I have there for people who are donating at least $20 or more. It's called the Inner Sun Science and Technology to Create Your Reality Consciously, or the Inner Sun Engineering to Create Your Reality Consciously. And it's all about you aligning with the sun that is in you, the light that is within you. So you will be in the full alignment with nature, and you will operate in your power, your invisible power, the power that you can use to achieve your every desire. And that is why we all need to be in alignment with nature, for the sun always in its purpose, and when it rises in its purpose, whatever it shines upon, it brings forth in abundance and prosperity. And we are to reflect the sun, because the Lord our God is actually a sun and a shield, and no good thing will he withhold from any one of us. And common sense will teach that the sun is what powers all of humanity and give all of humanity its energy. Therefore, let us use our energy to inspire the rest of humanity. So with that being said, my brother and my sister, I want to thank you very much once more again. I want to say peace, love you all, I'm out.